Hey everybody, hey, welcome to this episode of Adventures with Janis. Hey, we've got had a lot of comments about people wanting to see a tour of our garage where Janis stays and how I've got our garage laid out with my tools and everything. So that's what this episode is, on how I've got my garage organized and how it looks, and when I'm working on Janis, where everything's at. So let me take you on a tour of it. So let's go. All right, here's our garage. This is the side that Janis stays on over here. This is our gym over here. I've done a video on it already with all our equipment and everything, and how it's laid out. So today we're just concentrating on this side over here. And if you're interested in a 2017 Harley Davidson Dyna Wide Glide, got one for sale right here. I'll put it on your right. All right, this cabinet here stores all our camping equipment. So we got all our towels that we use when we go camping, from bath towels to washcloths to drying towels, all our pots and pans, and our cast iron, our chuck box, and there's a video on how I made that. And then down here at the bottom, we've got all our Coleman stoves and lanterns down here. So it's easy access for me when I'm starting to, get the bus ready for us to go camping. I don't have to run from here to there inside the house like we used to, and now everything's right here. So here, I bought these cabinets from Lowe's, and they store like just our tape, and I've got to get another metal pegboard like this one right here to put right here. I had one there, but I moved it, and all my tape was hanging up, so I still got to get one of those. All our electrical stuff's here and up here at the top, and I got everything labeled. All these right here are just food storage containers, like you would use like for you take your lunch in or whatever. I found out that those make great storage containers. So yeah, so all electrical, tape, glue gun, stapler, all that's up in here. So and then on this side, we've got our gloves up top, more drying towels. I got a lot of this stuff from Mark when he passed away. I went over there and got a bunch of stuff. And I tell you, he he must have been obsessed with car cleaning stuff, because he had a ton of it. So I've got plenty of car drying towels to last me for a lifetime. And then just hand cleaning stuff, towels. And then here I've got my manuals for out here. I've got a set out here, also a set inside, and then all our VW trim magazines right there. So this is just basic stuff right here that storage for that. And then over here, this is a metal cabinet that I got from Mark. It's actually a cabinet that came out of a lab that he worked at up in Birmingham. So he had one, and then I got it from him. It stores all our car cleaning stuff, so keeps it all in place, all in check, and I don't have to run around trying to get it from here to there. So that's all our car cleaning stuff. So, and then here on this wall, Mark also had a emergency life pack defibrillator cabinet. It didn't have the defibrillator in it, but this one's an old one, old style, because it's got the alarm still in it. So when you open it, it would sound an alarm. So I used it to store all my gloves that I use for cutting grass, and then rubber gloves for working on Janis or working on something, whatever. We store them here, and then also have a first aid kit right there. So that's those two cabinets there. I also have a cabinet here that, let me move this out of the way, that stores just miscellaneous stuff, extra battery chargers, you know, water hose stuff, knives, razors, just basically it's just a junk drawer, but I keep it kind of neat. And then down at the bottom, this is where I keep all the oil and transmission fluid for Janis down here. So, and you can see there's still a lot of room. So, and then in between the bench and the cabinet, there was space to where I can keep these little rubber mats here. I use them. They're actually exercise mats that Kelly had. She doesn't use them anymore. So now I use them when I get up underneath Janis, so I don't hurt my knees and all that kind of stuff because I'm getting old. So this cabinet here I bought at Pickers Flea Market here in Prattville, and this is actually a credenza that came out of a hotel. It would have had your TV up here at the top, and then it had a refrigerator, place for a refrigerator, and then the middle, I guess it would had like a coffee maker or something in there. So they had these on sale, and I think they were like $90 a piece. But if you bought two, then they were $60 a piece. So I actually ended up buying 5 of them. We've got 3 of them in the house, and then we got 2 of them out here. So this one, this right here would have been the side where your refrigerator would have went on. So I've got cleaning supplies here, Simple Green, Power, Purple Power, and all that kind of stuff. Back here, I've got old VW parts that came off of Janis. They're stored back here. And this silver stuff right here is stuff that I make the sunshades for the windows in the back. Then at the bottom, I've got all my jack stands down here. And I got 2 drum brakes back there that came off the front of Janis. So the only thing I did was I just put this shelf in there to give me more room. And then here in the middle, this actually slides out, and it's actually has a plug back there to where you can plug things up. That's where they plug the TV and the refrigerator up back there. So I've got my chargers right here, battery chargers. I've got these 2 plugged up. That way I can just slap a battery on there to get it charged. And then this right here is my battery charger, like for a bigger battery, car battery, my lawnmower battery, things like that. And what's nice is this slides out, and then I can just slide it right back in, and it's out of the way. So, and then these 2 drawers down here, I've got screws, nuts and bolts, drywall anchors, things like that here. And then down here at the bottom, we've got another, just a junk drawer, but it's got stuff that I use out here in the garage a lot. And then over here in this side, Kelly's got all her chalk paint in here. And then we have spray paint. We got vinyl to patch anything on Janis on the vinyl wrap there. We got spray adhesive. We got undercoating in here as well. So anything that does with the body on Janis or the interior, it's in this drawer right here. Then down here at the bottom, we've got more towels here for spares. So that is this cabinet, this side over here. And I tell you, we use chalk paint on the cabinets and everything, and and I tell you, it's not bad, because if you and we put a wax on it. So if it gets oily or whatever, like down here, only thing I have to do is just wipe that stuff off or repaint it. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And then back here on the back, I put a metal pegboard back here. It's the same that we used in our workout area, except this is black. And I ordered it off of Amazon. So, and I want to say it's by Wall Organizer. I'm not sure, but I'll put a link in the description below. And over here, I got my pliers over here. These are magnetic strips. You can buy magnetic strips at Harbor Freight, but they're not magnetic on the back side. You actually have to screw those in or whatever. These right here, they're just magnetic front and back. I bought these off of Amazon. Then I bought these wrench organizers right here. And I had some extra ones, so I just put all my pens and pencils right there, scissors, and then I'm gonna get, of course, you know, on a VW bus or anything VW, it's metric. Well, I bought a lot of metric tools, like over here. So I got all my metric tools right here lined up. But I'm gonna also get a set of standards and put right here. And then I'm gonna get another, made by the same company, another magnet socket holder to put up here to be able to get this one off. But this one works fine. I got this one from Harbor Freight. It's just whenever you pull the socket off, the little metal tab on the inside, a lot of times it pops out with it. So, and I think Harbor Freight makes one too that's magnet. It's a little bit better. I might get one from them. So we'll see. But all these are magnetic, and they just stick on there. Here's another one that I used, a wrench organizer. All I did was I just put my screwdrivers in there. So from flat to plus, and then I just used magnets throughout to hang stuff. And then over here I used another magnet strip to hang knives that I use a lot in the scraper. So, and then I have light switch for under my cabinet lighting, and also the light above. So yeah, so now I can just turn it on and off like that. And I put a switch with it, so that way I can wire up stuff. You know, I can plug things in right there as well. So yeah, these this is what the cabinet looked like all over, and it had some decorative panels on here of a fisherman fishing. So I just peeled those off, sanded it down, and then went to Home Depot and bought some metal. Now these right here are aluminum, so nothing's gonna stick to them. Just something to fill in the square, and it makes it look pretty good. So, but yeah, so that's this side over here. Basically, just stuff that we use just about every day is over here, and storage for old VW parts. We put carpet on the floor. When I bought it, Kelly said that she didn't like to come out here to the refrigerator when she's barefooted walking on the concrete. So what I did was I bought enough to where I could fill all this in right here. So now she can walk to the refrigerator without having to walk on the cold concrete. So we got a refrigerator. We've got storage for our vintage lawn chairs and my blowers. And then up here we've got our Coleman ice chest up here. So, and then we got some vintage coolers up here as well. And then my fire helmet. And then we've got some old vintage picnic basket, and then some ice containers right here. So So that's that side right here. Like I said, this is just things we use day to day over here, and car wash stuff, things like that. I wanted tools over here, so that way if I'm working on the front of the bus, I don't have to go over to the toolbox all the time to get tools. Up and down, up and down. They're right here. I can grab them. So that's why I have tools over here along with over here on this bench. So coming over here, we've got another cabinet like that over there. And I tell you, man, these things, I lucked out because these things were fantastic. I was looking at maybe building a bench, a workbench or whatever, but these right here have got storage and I can work on them. And if I get them scratched up, it ain't no big deal. So we got our paper towel holders here, our to-do list on Janis, and then I've got all this countertop right here that I can work on and don't have to worry about scratching the thing up or anything like that. I saw somebody else on another YouTube channel, let me turn this on for better light, that actually mounted their vise onto a trailer hitch so they can remove it and put it on and off on their bench. They placed this receiver up underneath their bench so that way they could so it wouldn't be up on it wouldn't be in the way. Well, on these cabinets here, I did the same thing, except where this comes out, and let me show you. There is a wooden piece right here that kept me from mounting it up under here to give it enough clearance out here to put it. So what it looks like is this right here. So that's what it looks like. Now I just pull the pin out. This is the vise. Pull the pin out. It's just like, it's nothing but a trailer hitch. And then it goes in there like that. And then the vise goes in. And there you have it. So yeah, so now I can work on anything right here. I can work on anything right here. And then when I get done, instead of having this thing out here, because I used to have it mounted right here on the work surface, and it was always getting in the way, especially when I put my weed eaters up here and all that kind of stuff, or something big up here, it was always in the way. So now I mounted it on this trailer hitch, and that way I can just take it on and off. And as you can see, so I take that out, take this out, and then I can store it away. So just like that right there. And there you have it. So what I might do is try to mount it down here, maybe cut a little bit of this out right here to where this fit down there, but we'll see. And so this cabinet here has got our shop vac in it. It holds it right there, just nice and neat, and it's out of the way. And then right here in the middle, and again, this cabinet, this pulls out. I got all my lubricants, WD-40, grease, anything like that is all in here. And then it slides back from there. Now in this drawer here, we've got more VW parts over here. a lot of this stuff right here is stuff that's got to be put on Janis. So it goes in here, inside trim, things like that. And then down here at the bottom, we've got more towels, but these right here are like grease towels over here. So, and then in this drawer over here, we've got everything for brakes, tires, wheels, anything up underneath the bus dealing with the chassis is in here. And then we have engine parts in here. And then down here we got fuel parts, carburetors, spark plugs, things like that. Anything that's got to do with the fuel system is down here. So yeah, so that's that cabinet there. I tell you, it's these cabinets were probably one of the best buys for out here in the garage and for storage that we made. I've put a power strip up here so I have extra power, things like that. Then up here, I bought this off of Amazon, and this is actually a video light pole, but I used it the other day for the first time, doing a video on mounting the glove box, and I really got it for whenever I start to do a project and I'm videotaping and I'm over here tearing something apart or putting it together. I can use this now, and this will stretch out over my work surface, and then I can put the video pointing down at it to record it to where you viewers can see how I'm taking things apart, what it all looks like and everything from above. When I used to do that, I used to have to put the camera on a tripod right here in the corner. Well, anytime that you bump the work surface or the cabinet or whatever, you would hear that on the video, and it was kind of annoying, especially for me. So I put that on there, put that on the wall, so that way I can, and this piece right here actually swivels around, and then you can extend it out ever how far you want, you know, and then that swivels down, so it would look kind of like that right there. And then the camera would be, you know, capturing everything that I'm doing right here above, so that way I can let everybody see what's going on. And a lot of times, and to be honest with you, a lot of times when I make these videos, you know, I make them for people to be able to work on their buses or whatever. But a lot of times it's for me to go back and see how I did something, so I don't want to have to search all over YouTube for a video. So yeah, so I mounted that right there, and that works out pretty well. And then here's my toolbox, torque wrenches, pliers, specialty pliers, and then we got all my Allen wrenches here. This right here is the jack for Janis. It's the original jack that came with her. I didn't know exactly how that thing worked on her for a long time until I just put it on there, and then it works. So, but it's neat how it works, and it lifts the Janis up to where you can change the tire on or whatever. So, but back here to the toolbox, drill bits, on the level right there, and down here we got screwdrivers. Again, I just use these organizers that I bought off of Amazon. It's like the same ones over there on that bench. And I tell you, the screwdrivers was the worst thing for me to keep organized. I didn't have something, I just had something that, you know, you just place them in. but whenever you're shifting this drawer in and out, they would shift around and they would fall and they would roll around. So I bought these, and man, I tell you, these are so much, it's so much, well, for me anyways, I guess my OCD, you know, kicks in, and I got to have everything in line. But yeah, now I can just take it out and then just put it right back in. So, and then wrenches, all these are metric over here. I'm gonna have one set of standard over on the other bench. And then my socket wrenches, ratchets with extensions. And I bought these little organizers right here, and they're all, everything's magnetic. I wanted everything magnetic so it would stay in place. So we got 1/4 inch, 3/8, a 1/2 inch pry bar right here, 1/2 inch pry bars here, and then I've got my extensions right here. So got 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2. So, and all of these are magnetic, like these little things right here. They're all magnetic, so I can probably stick that one out a little bit further. And then they just sit in there like that. These, everything on here is I bought from off Amazon. And I tell you, and it's just so much neater now. Now I can see what's missing, see where everything's at, and I don't have to start looking for it. And then sockets, got 1/2 inch sockets up here. Got standard. When I bought these, they come with standard and metric. So I got 1/2 inch, 3/8, and then 1/4. So, and I need to move these up, so that one's in the wrong place. But then I also got Torx bits here, and that's the same thing. And this right here is what I was telling you about I'm gonna get, is these right here for your sockets. These sockets fit on here as well, and they also come with 1/4, 3/8, and a 1/2 inch. So those are my sockets, and I had something from Harbor Freight that I just really didn't like, so I ordered these off Amazon as well. Just about everything I got for organization comes off Amazon. So, and then my hammers, pry bar, big 8-inch clamp, and then this right here is all my body stuff. If I got to work on a piece of the body on Janis or whatever, or anything. All this right here, I got files, metal brushes. These right here are hose clamps, scrapers and wedges, metal bristle brushes for my drill. And then I got all these clip removers right here. And then this is my pan here for mixing Bondo or whatever. And then this right here is for my punches. So, and then down here is what I call my diagnostic drawer. So I got a fuel pump, vacuum gauge here, compression test, dwell meter. If you own a VW bus, you definitely need a dwell meter. So, and then I've got my light here, check continuity. So, yeah, this is right here is my diagnostic drawer. The only thing that's not diagnostic is this heat gun right here. So, and then down here at the bottom, I've got a metal pan. I use this metal pan when I'm working up on the bench, when I'm taking something apart, or whenever I'm working on something that's got fuel and stuff in it. It keeps it contained in this pan here. So, and then I've got some heavy other tools. I got some bearing race seal driver set, ball joint puller, and then I got a thread die set, and then just some other stuff here. So yeah, so I spent probably a whole weekend reorganizing the toolbox and everything. So, and it's like I said, I guess it's OCD or whatever, but I like to have everything in order, so that way whenever I'm looking for something, then I can find it, and if it's missing, then I know it's missing, and I'm not having to go buy something else. So over here on the side, I got my drill and my impact drill right here. Also, it's a good storage place for my extension cords, and then my 3-ton jack, and then my grease guns. I had this grease gun right here in a jar, in a big glass container, because it leaked. It always was leaking out of the end. So, and I'm like, man, there's got to be something out there that I can use to store it and to be able to catch that. So I found this again on Amazon, and you can put 2 grease guns with 2 refills in it, and then it's got this cup down here to where you can actually put your ends over, so if they do start to drip, it drips in this pan here. Now this right here is just nothing but an extension that I can put on my grease gun, but the grease gun itself also sits in a plastic cup, and but yeah, it's worked out really well. So, because I mean, I'm not using a grease gun all the time, but I need to store it somewhere out of the way where it's easy access, but it's not dripping all over the place, especially when it gets hot. So, well, all right, well, that's that. Got my air compressor here, and then over here in the corner, I've got oil dry right here. So my compressor, I'm going to run a switch and probably mount it right here to turn these overhead lights on, and then also put a wall socket so I can keep this plugged up all the time. Right now, when I need to use it, or if I need to fill it up, I have to wheel it over here up underneath the TV and plug it in. But I'm gonna put me a plug right down here out of the way so I can keep it plugged up, and then it can fill up whenever it needs it. So yeah, so that's basically our shop or garage, how it's organized, and it's worked out pretty well. I actually had built a workbench, and it was on wheels and everything, and it served its purpose, but it was open, so you could see everything underneath it. With these cabinets here, I wanted to get everything up off the floor, hide as much as I could, and so with the toolbox, the cabinet, the cabinets over here and on the wall, now we're able to get everything up out of the way, get it up off the floor, and it just makes it look a whole lot neater. And makes it keeps it organized. So yeah, so that's our garage for where Janis stays, and there she is right there. So so that's it. And of course we got our oil pan there just for those times when we come back she wants to mark her territory. And yeah, so that's our garage with our workout area. Of course we got a TV up there, And like I said, I've got a video on this side over here. And so yeah, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some ideas on organization. Like I said, all the two organizations that I've got for the toolbox and for the wall over here, I got everything off of Amazon. And I tell you, it's, since I did that, when I come out here, I just, even my wife made a comment about how everything's so organized now. And that's how I like to keep it. So that way I know where things are and when something's missing. So, all right, well, that's it for a tour of our garage and where Janis hangs out most of the time. I hope you were able to get a lot of some good ideas on organization. That's my biggest pet peeve, especially out here in the garage, is I like to keep everything organized so that way I can tell what I have or what I've got. But yeah, so if you got any comments, hey, please leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and make sure you click that bell for notifications of when we put out new videos, which we will be doing here pretty soon, because summer's is right around the corner and we are fixing to start getting out on the open road and going camping, and we just like to take you along. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, hey, welcome. And if you've been a subscriber, hey, welcome back. And if you know someone that hasn't subscribed and likes VWs, hey, make sure they tell them about the channel so we can grow our channel as well. So, like we say in the VW world, hey, drive them if you got them. Peace and VW life. Hey, Kelly and I would like to thank you for tuning in to this episode of Adventures with Janis. If you'd like to keep up with our adventure, make sure you click that subscribe button and click that bell for notifications of when we post new videos. Also, if you like the content, hey, give us a big thumbs up, and you can always leave us comments in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. So thanks for tuning in to this episode of Adventures with Janis. And remember, like we say in the VW world, drive them if you got them. Peace and VW life.